All right, hope this works. This video is about my writing. I started my YouTube, TikTok channel, really YouTube, based on my artwork, which I've done for the last 2.5 years. I kind of went so-so. People just don't really care about art, I don't think. So I kind of switched to my writing, which is another thing I do. I do art, writing, and music. And I've noticed that my writing has really increased my followers on the page, which is fantastic. It's what I want to happen. But it brought up something that I had a comment on one of my stories, which reminded me of something I want to talk about. And that is how sometimes people, readers, have a hard time differentiating between the author of a story and a character in the story. And I have a perfect example of this. I've written like 20 full-length novels. I'm a prolific writer. I love writing. I write my little fan fiction stories. I can write 3 pages in 15 minutes. And but back to this. So 10 years ago, I wrote this book. And in the beginning of the book, there's an autistic professor in a lecture hall who wants to do a experiment for a paper. I don't know. I wrote it a long time ago, and he ends up pulling out a machine gun. If you know how these lecture halls are set up, they're really steep or whatnot. At least when I was in college, they were. And he mows down the majority of his students. Well, this teacher in my story had autism. I have autism, you know. This guy had Asperger's. I don't know if I do, but I had a gentleman, I'll say, from Germany. I don't know why Germany matters, but that's where he was from, who wrote me this gigantically huge diatribe on how awful I was for saying that people with autism are murderers. And I was like, hey, dude, I'm the author. He's a character. He's somebody I wrote about. You know, lots of serial killers out there have their motivations for what they do that the authors aren't killers. The authors are different. They're different people. Don't you understand that? I never claimed in my book that people with Asperger's or autism were murderers. I just said this particular man, this particular professor was. I never responded back to this guy. I thought it was kind of pointless. But I do think there are people out there who just don't make the differentiation between the author and the character. And that's why people use pen names. And I use pen names on all my books. Because if I didn't, I couldn't write what I wanted to write. On my TikTok and YouTube, my name's right on there. So you know exactly who I am. So I kind of dumb down. I'm not dumbed down, but I don't have as much fun as I could with my writing because I'm afraid I'm going to offend somebody and they're going to get personal with me. You know, don't get personal with me. I'm the author. Authors write author stuff all the time. We're supposed to be creative. We're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to have challenges and explore. And I can't explore if I think I'm going to offend you because you're what you are. I almost cursed. It makes me mad because I spent months writing a $100,000 book. $100,000. Yeah, I wish it was that much. 100,000 word book, and all you can do is bitch because my character did something, and you think I'm that guy. You know, it's my personal opinion. It's not my opinion. I mean, character development is character development. If you've ever been in a theater, ever watched a movie on TV, ever actually read a book, one of the reasons I'm out here is I'm testing my microphone because it was a little bit windy today and yesterday. I wanted to see if this windsock was working, so that's why I'm outside. Anyway, there goes a car right by my front door. So here I am. On my account complaining about people who can't tell the difference between an author and a character. If you're one of those people, bang your head a little bit, do something like this and get your brain straight because they're not the same thing. Authors are not the characters. Authors, the opinions and writings of authors are different, not always, but of their characters. I mean, how would you even think that it's the same? I bet you Stephen King goes through this all the time. People think he's a murderer, he's a killer because of the things he writes. I hope people out there are smarter than this, but they're not, because I've got more than one comment about that before. People who complain about something I wrote, thinking I'm the one who did it, or it was my opinion or something. It takes all the fun out of what I do. It takes all the, if I paint a picture, for the most part, nobody cares. But once you start putting your writing out there for people to read, then all of a sudden it's just, I don't know. I've noticed the difference because my pages, I gained probably 100 subscribers just since I switched to writing. So I think people like seeing my pretty face. Or, I will say this, I am getting better at doing my little acting with my stories. I don't claim to be an actor. I've never been an actor. But in order for me to read these things, and the only way you can get your words out in a video format is by speaking them. I've done the voice-over thing, and I don't like it. It doesn't sound very good. So I use my own face, my own voice. I do a lot of practice. I'm getting better at it. I'm enjoying it. But now I forgot what I was talking about. But hear those birds back there? I hope my microphone's picking that up. Because I might be doing some of my fan fiction stuff outside. Just to change things up a bit. I like my studio in the back room, but it's a little bit stagnant. It's quiet for the most part. But I kind of want to expand my horizons and do some different things. So I want to thank you for sticking with me and for being a fan, I guess, for my fan club, for my writing and for my artwork, and for following me on TikTok and on YouTube. Thank you very much.